Kindergarten. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words, the beautiful words of the developer. Welcome to Kindergarten. Have fun trying to learn and share and not die. That's important too. In a school that's just not quite right, it's important to be friendly and take out those that aren't. Yes guys, it's a little cheapy, this one, a bit like Old Meg, she's a little cheapy. $3.99 it costs on Steam, and it's one of them weird games. It's a bit like Groundhog Day. Every day is Monday. At the end of Monday, you go home, go to bed and wake up and it's Monday times 2. What you've got to do guys is, there is something bad at the school. Something really bad. Something sinisterly evil and horrible and depraved, and just the janitor did it, I think. And you've got to find out what's going down. And you do that by interacting with the other kids at the school. There's not many of them. There's about 6 or 7, and there's a teacher, a janitor, and there's the principal that you haven't seen. There's the dinner lady as well. What makes this game so weird is that at the end of every day, the same day starts again. And anybody you killed or was killed on that day is back to life again. But each person in the game has a little story that has a beginning and an end. And if you get that story completed, you are given a special item. That special item stays till the next day and the next day. It never goes, so you always hang on to that item. So what you have to do is complete the quests to get these items. Some people's quest requires other people's items, so there is some kind of order that you have to do these things in, but you don't know that order. A lot of it is trial and error. The one other thing that stays is money. Whatever money you get at the end of your day, you will keep that for the next Monday, which is kind of Monday times 2, then Monday times 3, Monday times 4, and so on and so forth. Now the game is very, very funny. I found this, normally I don't laugh at dialogue in games, but this one has been done well, and I found it quite funny. I actually laughed out loud a couple of times at the absurdity of what was going on. I mean, I laughed as the janitor killed a child with his mop. He just beat the f*** out of him until he killed him. And that might sound so bad, but it's not done in a depraved way in this game. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. You have a game of parents, like mummies and daddies, or whatever you want to call it, with this little girl, your girlfriend, and it's such a fucked up version of it. Normally in real life, I never played it as a kid, but you would imagine in real life you would do like tea parties and all that and role playing, but in this it's like you're an alcoholic, she's a slut and was going behind your back while you were in prison for something. It's just so fucking funny, the game. Everything is blown to total exaggerations. The characters are ridiculously over the top. You know, one of the teachers has huge tits, and he calls that jiggle tits, the janitor calls her that, and it's all done so well. The guys, or whoever it was that wrote this game, have really spent a lot of time on the dialogue, and it's paid off. A lot of these kind of games, you're lucky if you can even get the f***ing words done in English, because it's written by someone who doesn't even speak English. The whole dialogue in the game, and there is lots of it, is really good and really worth reading. In fact, you have to read it really to get anywhere in the game. Like I said, you have all these quests to do, and the way you do them is you have these apples. Now, each apple is basically a special turn that you can do. You may interact with somebody, it'll cost you an apple. When all the apples have gone, that ends that scene. And there are a few scenes in this game. There is before school, morning class, lunch, recess, and show and tell. And some of the quests, you might have to get a certain item by recess, and so you have to work out how you do that by talking to people and pretty much taking all the clues off people, being somebody's friend, hating somebody. For example, I've got to be careful what I say, because in fact I'm not going to say it, because
the fun in this game is working these things out. There's a great hint system in this, where it starts off with you only get about 3 or 4 hints, but as you go through the game and play the different characters in this game, helping the different characters, more and more hints appear. Some of the hints are just blatant, this is how you do it hints, which I thought was a bit too strong. I kind of discovered nearly all the hints myself anyway, just by playing through the game, but I can't show you much gameplay because it would literally be full of spoilers. But it is cruel, it's funny, and it's well worth a buy if you're into puzzle games. The only downside of this game is, because it's like a Groundhog Day scenario, you will be doing the same shit over and over again. You can't press the spacebar to get through the talking fast, but it is a shame that you have to keep doing the same thing over and over again every single day just to get past the different quests that you've got to do. It would be nice if you could skip little bits, but you literally can't. You've got to just sit through it, unfortunately. It's a very short game. It's only about 5 hours long, but it is fun, and it's only $3.99, and you're going to get your $3.99's worth if you like puzzle games. But bear in mind, if you're going to buy this, that it can get a bit tedious going back over the same stuff, but it is funny. At least it's my sense of humour. Whether it's for kids or not, I don't think it is. It does touch on drugs and things like that, and it's extremely violent, but it's such a tongue-in-cheek way. It's not like House Party that I did. That was depravity for sexual gratification. This is nothing like that. In fact, this is a really good example of how to do dodgy things. It's done so well in Kindergarten. It's done really well. So there you go, guys. Kindergarten is a repetitive, groundhoggy kind of game that is funny, puzzly, a bit tedious, but well worth a buy at $3.99.